Hi, so I'm here with Rubendra Govender, the author of The English Mayor's Daughter and The Sugarcane Boy. Rubendra, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Ange. It's a pleasure.
So tell me, what inspired your books?
Okay, and writing came naturally to me. Um, I come from an academic background as a teacher. I graduated from UDW. I started writing poetry while I was at university, but it was just a hobby. And eventually, I published a poem in the late 90s, and I just felt that I needed to follow my passion. So what I did was I decided to put together anecdotes of the life that I lived. And as you know, I come from the sugarcane farms. I come from a pioneer Indian sugarcane farming family. I just felt that we needed to document that lifestyle, and someone needed to document it. Someone who was from the farms. So an authentic story from a man or a boy who came from that lifestyle. I had noticed that our community had other people writing stuff about our stories, and I just felt that I needed to do it. So I got ready with putting together these anecdotes, which are 95% factual, and I carefully put them together and produced this novel, Sugarcane Boy, and it was published in 2008.
I see The Sugarcane Boy is a set book at schools for grade 8s. I think that's also very nice because kids get to ask the author questions. Like I think when we were in school and we were doing Shakespeare, there was like questions I had to ask Shakespeare that I couldn't. So what are most of the questions that kids ask you about your stories?
Before I go on to the questions that they ask, I'll say that it's been a struggle to convince this, the education department and so on, to start prescribing local novels.
Yeah.
And of course, our stuff is of such good quality
Yes.
that it empowers our children. And it's so important that Africa starts recognizing African authors.
Yes.
And starts telling African stories.
Yes.
We don't need to have that Eurocentric, look at books from only Europe where they can't
Yes.
identify. I'm not saying that that's not important. Shakespeare is fantastic. I mean, I love Shakespeare. My favorite book is a compilation of Shakespeare stuff. But what I'm saying is, here you have a situation where I can vouch for the fact that the children find it really, really fantastic to have a living author who they can touch and feel and ask
Yes.
the questions
Yes.
to. And that's what they do, Angelina. And there are some of the most fascinating questions. The book is studied by grade 7, 8, 9, even 10 at the various schools. And there's no question that it's not valid. And they are very interested in that way of life, that time, and also more than that, they are really impressed by the fact that the Indian people and the African people, despite being segregated and being forced to school in separate schools, and also to have a socially divided lifestyle back in those days, but how we, the different peoples, not just Indians and Africans and whites, we all found ways to unite. And this book tells about the love and the brotherhood between the African people and the Indian people. And this is something lots of people don't know about, and the children find it absolutely amazing.
Tell us about The English Mayor's Daughter.
The English Major's Daughter is a different kind of write from Sugarcane Boy. Sugarcane Boy is a best-selling novel. The Major's Daughter has done better overseas. It is in libraries overseas, but they very cleverly have put it into right-wing fiction.
Okay.
Because what I've done there is that that book which came out, The English Major's Daughter, which came out in 2012, it came out at a time where I was prepared to tell the story of horrible apartheid anecdotes, tales uh, I felt I needed to say this about certain sectors of the white community, the African community, the Indian community.
Well, tell us about your acting.
Angelina, I've acted in a movie called Broken Promises Forever, which came out in 2018. Very successful
A
movie.
lot of people watched that movie because they were waiting for the follow-up to the
Yeah.
first Broken Promises.
Yeah.
And tell us about your articles that you write.
Look, I am a syndicated columnist with independent newspapers.
What type of stuff do you write?
As I said, social commentary and political commentary, stuff that's borderline and questionable, and people can get very angry with some of the things I say. But as a person who is apolitical, I will have a go at anyone. So I'm not, aligned with any party or something like that. And also about the community, about things that happens in schools, things that happen, everyday things which matter.
Yeah.
And I feel that it's important to say it as it is.
Yeah, so you don't sugarcoating anything.
No, there's none of that, even though I'm the sugarcane boy.
So for people who want to purchase your books, how do they go about doing so?
Angelina, the books used to be on sale at various bookshops. Now, the only booksellers who have it are school booksellers. So if anybody is interested in buying the book, then they must contact me directly. My cell number is 083-788-7019, and my email address is bambata, BAMBATA @mweb.co.za, or I'm also available on social media as Rubendra, Rubendra, Rubendra Govender.
So tell me about the Tokoloshe movie.
That's the movie that we finished in 2018.
Yeah.
I'm the main villain in that movie. It's called Tokoloshe, The Calling.
Right.
And unfortunately,
Are you one of the Tokoloshes?
I am probably the human manifestation of the Tokoloshe. So Tokoloshe, The Calling, I can't say when it's coming out. I would say probably by the end of the year, early next year. Thank you, Angelina,
thank you for being here.
for inviting me today.
It's a pleasure.
I'm really proud of you,
Thank
and I'm really proud of your social conviction and your contribution, your social contribution. This kind of blog is what we need, and I now see you as a role model for our society.